So we went out and did the next study. It took us a long time before we could get the energy up to do another twin study. It's quite hard work. We also upscaled, as you can see, very substantially. So we used the child attachment interview, which is not exactly the same as the adult attachment interview, but very, very similar. The coding is very similar. And we studied 551 twin pairs. We really wanted to make sure that when we did this, it was well-powered and could be reasonably definitive within the limits of what's possible with a single study. 288 monozygotic twins, 261 dizygotic twins. Each interview was scored completely blindly, like we did in the infant study, so there was absolutely no way that any information about one twin could leak into the coding of the other twins. So, and that's very, very important, because these correlations are absolutely essential for estimating heritability. If they can be correlated for other reasons, like somebody knows something about both twins, game's over. It's potentially very biased. I'll try and convey what I remember of this clip, because it's very nice. It actually beautifully illustrates the importance of reflective function in secure adolescent and adult attachment. So they say, tell us about a time when you've been away from your parents, separated from your parents. And she says, oh, well, I went to, we had a school trip. We went skiing to Switzerland or something. And she stopped a few things and she said, it was great, I loved it. And then she says, so first of all, as the listener, what you get is, first of all, yes, she loved it, but I think the fact that she was saying was almost predicated on an assumption that that means something because it's about, not because, but in as a kind of mirror image of what it might be, and she's reflecting on, wow, I was away from my parents and I had a great time, which is, I think really illustrates something lovely about adolescence, because that's, the joy of how do we be apart and yet nevertheless kind of together, and that's, I think, very, very prototypical of what a lot of the really secure adolescent attachment interviews look like. Negotiating the process of being separate, but not then being apart in the emotional sense. But